Hey guys, can y'all hear me? Awesome. Desktop audio, music, everything's good. Great. Hipyo, I don't know if you're in here. Thanks for following. Nubis Prime Lives, thanks for the follow. Bazooka Luca, what's up? A Bunny Dream. Roro Keyboards, hey again. Crocobai, of course. Thanks always for your support. Official Sexy Chicken. You got the wrong color for the desk mat? Oh no. I guess you're just gonna have to change your whole desk setup now. Change your desk. Change everything. Nabel Schnabel, thanks for the follow. Official Sexy Chicken, thanks for the follow. Ruben A. Cross Keys, hello. What do I have planned? Well, my Tofu 65 bricked again. So I might spend some time today trying to fix it. Like, I'll show you guys. Where's my other cable? There it is. So it'll connect. Oh no, initially it would, the LEDs lit up and none of the keys worked. And then now the frickin' nothing lights up. Balt is you and Shift, what's up? Hipyo, what's up, man? Holy crap. Wait, did I just see sushi earlier? Eat sushi rice. Hey, what's up, man? Crytox 205G. Love that name. Oh my god. What? This is crazy. Yo, thank you, Hipyo. Hipyo has me at gunpoint. Well, lower your gun, Hipyo. I'd rather this be a voluntary endeavor. You know what I mean? Oh man, so many people. Oh my god. Geometry, Mr. Power Studies, Hippuric 24, Ryland, Aproxia, Evade, QT Perks, Diploso, Schnibs86, AK 2720, Yami X Yami, Jedi Yoshi, Lucifia Live, Chums X, Isabella is Bad, Big Man Baux, Ryland 314159, Shift Matt, Zaint, Adhap, Fishy Y, Auric Music, Bunnies, Boops, Salty Italian Guy, and the Mexican Banana. Thanks so much for the follows. AZ Pinoy, how's it going, man? Mr. Pro Lego Builder here. Hippie, I swear they aren't at gunpoint. I hope not. If it is, I hope it's just like a water gun. Then it's all fun and games, you know? Locked in Hippio space. Oh, it's fine though, Crocobai. Like, that's what usually happens in a raid. Like, a lot of people just join because they want to see like their primary streamer that they follow, right? A lot of people just drop out, but I'm so appreciative of this raid though, Hipyo. Thank you. I need to get used to like just reading stuff. I get distracted so easily, and then I realized I hadn't mentioned people's comments and stuff. It takes practice and work to be good at this. Jesus. Tomita Go, Tramter, Short. Is it Marohe or Maroj 1025? Thanks for the follow. Oh man. I just need to calm down a bit after that massive raid from Hipyo. I was telling my friends, like, I'd be happy to have like 10, maybe 15 people join in. Like, never would I have expected this number. Anything above 20. I'm very grateful. Am I feeling the love? What's up, Nokibo? Yeah. Yeah, this is crazy. Just not expecting this at all. I need to make sure I didn't miss anyone's comments. How do I sub with my Prime? I don't know. I thought if you just create a channel, like I'm very new to Twitch, guys. I'm very like even Discord. My Discord is pretty bare bones. Thanks to my new mod, I'm like it's looking a little bit better, but yeah, I'm very Discord and Twitch illiterate, so forgive me if I don't know some basic stuff. So yeah, I might need to, maybe I need to enable like subs, that kind of stuff. Hipyo's bait? Yes, he is. Man, Hipyo was like my very first, one of my very first followers on my IG when I started out back in August of 2020. And then he was like my very first YouTube subscriber, you know, and this is when he had like 300, maybe 400 subs on YouTube. And like, yeah, we became friends ever since. I'm so happy to see like how big he's gotten. Won't let us sub to the channel. I'll try to figure something out. I modded a few people yesterday in my impromptu stream. Maybe they can help me with that. You have to get affiliate first and then you can sub. Oh, I see. I'm a boomer. What is Twitch? Well, I guess I would be considered a boomer. Some of these people that stream, they're like 26, 20. They're like younger than 25 and they're like, I feel like a boomer. I'm like, dude, I'm turning 33 next month. So what does that say about me? I feel like an ancient fossil. You can like inject a needle into my body and you can get fossil fuels. Jojo Lin, first stream hype. Yes. Thanks for joining. Kiwi Keebs, you can't sub till you get 50 subs. Then you get emailed to submit for affiliate. I see. Alternatively, you can sign up for DistroKid and they let you get affiliate as a perk. Hipyo. Okay. Wow, there's so many like different ways to get this. Okay. Beastly Ballers. Howdy hey. Howdy hey. Hipyo here. Just kidding. What is that desk map? This is the Input Universe desk map. I don't think there are any extras or anything available. The group buys ended, but he might do a second run if there's enough demand. Roro Keyboards, congratulations, Taco, you deserve it. Thank you. Am I a fossil? I don't know. You guys tell me. If 25 is considered boomer age, then 33 is like fossil age, is it not? It seems like the logical conclusion. Like, how many of you know mini disc player? How many of you know Sony Walkman cassette players? You just like put one of those on your belt straps, walking around. How many of you remember the CD players that if you bump it too many times, it skips? Then they came out with a new CD player technology where you can like hit it like for 30 seconds. You could just knock on the CD player and it won't skip. And that was like the coolest thing in the world. Will you be my girlfriend? I don't know, Miroje. Depends on how much you tip. I'm just kidding. Did I design my logo, Scopely? No. A good friend of mine did. He, yeah, I know him in real life. It took us a while to sort of figure out what the name of the channel is going to be and what the logo will be. Maybe I'll do like an origin story at some point, but I don't think I'm big enough that I don't think enough people are interested in that. Is Hipyo a boomer? No. Face reveal? Oh yeah, I thought about it. I thought about a face reveal. Maybe 100 followers. Am I gonna pull a Hipyo shill here? A bunny dream. I'm gonna be 32, so yes, man. Grew up with all the old machines. Yes. I'm at 106. Are you serious? Oh my god, I didn't refresh my page. Wow. Haha. I was not expecting this so soon. Well, good thing I showered and shaved. Shoot. All right, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I have to arrange my scene now. Yo, I just realized I can't arrange my scenes when I'm live. So I literally have to move all this stuff around live, don't I? Crap. Hold on. What keyboard on the right side of the screen? This is the GMMK Pro. RIP studio mode. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about when I don't know. Okay. You know what? No, it's not. What do people say? It's not a Twitch stream unless it's scuffed. Hold on. Let's see here. Move my logo. Oh, I have to move the Oh, you know what? I could just move my face maybe to the bottom right or something, or maybe below chat. Oh yeah, it fits perfectly. Hold on. Hold on. I'm just doing some finessing here. You can tell from his hand he's somewhat Asian. Wow. How do you tell? Is that it? There you go. What's up, guys? Y'all see me? There you go. Y'all gonna make me blush, man. It's a good thing I did shower and shave. I didn't know if I'd reach 100 followers in the first first day, let alone like the first 30 minutes. Oh, I haven't. Jesus, so many followers. Let's see. Where did I stop? XICY the first Omni Gecko 17, 9lock 37, Ice Ager 233, Eat Sushi Rice. Keyworm, what's up? Thanks for following. Twin Jag, Pack Bear, Instigator. Oh yeah, the mark all is red. I gotta get used to using these things. These programs. What are my first PC specs? Honestly, I don't remember off the top of my head. I built it myself though. I have if you follow my IG, I have a little section where I build my PC, and I run into a myriad of issues, but I managed to make it work. I'm very proud of that. My case is like this big Cooler Master case, but it was like so highly rated. I just ended up getting it. It was probably like, I could probably have gotten a much smaller case, but I like it. Hipyo carried the, he did. Man, I can't be, like, I'm so grateful for all the support. You know, like some people get like really popular and big and they kind of just like move on from people that they used to know and they just hang out with all the big boys, which is fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, but it speaks volumes when that same person, you know, tries to uplift other people that are still sort of in the back burner. I kind of did it to myself though, because I've been so busy with like personal stuff, and as you know, like running the Desmat group buy, like my own Desmat group buy, like myself with no vendor help, and then the Matsuzuka Desmat, that stuff, like there's so much work that goes on behind the scenes. And then of course I have like a full-time job. Up to a few weeks ago, for like 10 weeks I was taking this user experience certification course, like, and that was, you know, taking up a lot of my mental capacity. So it's just like in the back of my mind, I'm like, I should start streaming soon, I should make videos, you know. I feel like I'm being left behind to some extent, but you know, I fully accept my situation is different from other people's. I don't have the same capacity that other people do, so I'm just gonna do it my way, you know. Eat sushi rice. I am your homie Sushi. I know. You're like the only person that's named Sushi. Which is surprising considering how everybody knows what sushi is. Kroko, if everyone knew, if people knew he was going to do face reveal, he would have 10k now. I'm amazed at 100, bro. Seriously. Pack Bear, it's Barrett Creative. Toby, what's up, man? I've been chatting with you so much. It must have been weird, like you had no idea what I look like, but I know what you look like. Like you have your face on a keyboard, for crying out loud. Thanks for joining, man. We like the tack. We like the Hipyo. We like the hippo. Man, when you posted that story about those hippos at the zoo, man, melted my heart. Those things are so cute, but so terrifying too. Like they're... Don't piss off hippos. There he is, Takoyakeys. AZ Pinoy. Yeah, man. Hope you're not disappointed. Is that a macro pad? Twin Jag, is that a macro pad or just something look fancy? This is a macro pad. This is another thing that I've been like working really hard to like set up the foundations of the stream, is switching up the scenes. Like a mute button. All that kind of stuff. I was so proud of myself when I figured this out at like 2 a.m. a few nights ago. Yeah. Words to live by. Don't piss off hippos. Yeah, man. There's so many YouTube videos about like how terrifying they can run, like crazy fast. They have so much muscle that they sink in the water, so they can charge at you when you're underwater too. I already thought they were scary when you pissed them off. You just scared me even more. They're gonna be in my dreams now. Then Hipyo's just gonna come out of the sky and be like, wait, he's my friend. And then they'll be like, oh, okay, cool. Easy Pinoy, it's satisfying once you see all your off-stream work pays off during the live stream. I like crocodiles even though they are scary. Yeah, I like them too, man. They're cute too. Yeah, it's weird. The weirdest... We're just so good at making things cute. Like Yoshi is a dinosaur, right? Dinosaur, dragon, whatever. But look how cute he is. But if he existed in real life, with his tongue, he'll just like eat you whole. So, yeah. Do a Hipyo impression? I already did. Howdy hey. What about this? I don't even need to say anything. I just need to show the wow stick. Wow. I feel like I was one of the first people to create that movement. I don't care what anyone says. Can I send a link real quick? Sure. I don't know what the moderation settings are, but minus DKP, cherry blossoms, violet noises followed your channel. Thank you for following. I shouldn't be like reading it word for word. Oh no, it was deleted. I'm sorry, Croco. You just got timed out for 300 seconds. So it turns out the moderation setting is active for links. Sorry. Okay, I think we can move on to some actual keyboard related stuff. What switches do your GMMK Pro have? Marohe? Is it Marohe or Maroje? Maroje. It's they're Boba U4Ts. They're like my favorite switch by far right now. All right. I should click out of the... It's like completely unmodded. Yeah, so I'll be, you know, I will be modding it in future streams. I heard that like C3 stabs fit perfectly without having to file down the plate. You know, everybody uses Duroc stabs. That's the standard. I don't know why Glorious didn't, you know, create the plate based on that form factor of the stabs. But so I got C3 stabs. They're on the way from Ash Keebs up here in Canada. Ash Keebs is in Victoria, actually. So yeah, once I get that, I think I can start modding the keyboard. Maroje? Okay, cool. Do you have any EU vendors? I had an EU vendor for the desk mat. Prototypist. Yeah, it's weird. Like, I just became my own vendor throughout this process. So, like, for the Matsuga desk mat, I just represented myself as the Canadian vendor. It's been quite the ride. I've taken a very unorthodox path in this community, but I really do enjoy like the business component of being in this community, because my full-time job is in e-commerce, and I like update websites, and I look at increasing like conversions or sales on the website. So that kind of stuff has always interested me. And then my family is basically a family of entrepreneurs, so I don't know, it just seems like it fits right at home for me. But of course I love content too, so that's why we're here today doing a stream. Or Mirage. Okay. So, Pack Bear, aka Toby. I'm hoping that my business stuff goes well when I finally launch it. Very nerve-wracking for sure. Yeah, man. It's a lot of work for sure. But once you build the foundations, like everything falls into place. But you can do it, man. You got this. I saw that collab you did for the was it GMK Retrowave coaster design? Retro trip. Yeah, that was really cool. Like that's something I never thought of. Like I thought coaster with like my logo or other people's like brand logos on it, but like I never even considered that line, you know. I think that's awesome. I don't think anybody's done that yet, so I think you'll do great. So you got this, man. You got this, Toby. Dang Dynasty TV. I've seen you around. Thank you for the follow. ALSWNet, Tragic, D Gax, Tossed, Hanky Panky's 56. Thanks for the follow. Tossed. What up, Taco? What up, Tossed? Retro. What is this? Hipyo, are you trolling me? Retrot rip. You are trolling me. Roly Roly. Hey, Taco. What's up, Roly Roly? Mirati? Mirati Caps? Mirati Caps is here in Vancouver. I should commission a keycap from them at some point. I'm back from my timeout. Now I know not to post the... Yeah, Croco, I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot that links are considered spam right now by the mod bot. At least we know it's working. It's my first stream, so like I don't know what's working and what is and what isn't working. So I guess you're a guinea pig for that. Yeah. I don't know. I just need to take a deep breath here. Was not expecting this many people. So I'm actually really glad though that I did my like first impromptu stream yesterday. Get some of the technical issues and jitters out of the way. Hipyo, you gonna play New World? I mean, I'd be open to it. I haven't bought it yet. Is it fun? If it's fun, I'll play. Can I play with you? The alphas are very fun. Holy crap. Halloween boards. Thank you for the raid. Quappa. What's up, Quappa? This is crazy, guys. Why are you guys being so nice to me? I don't deserve this. VR Halloween boards, thank you for the follows. Summer Vicky, hello. Hoping I'm having a great stream. Yeah, Halloween boards. I'm having a great stream so far. Overwhelming amount of support thanks to people like yourself and Hipyo for raiding. Instigator, no, thank you for streaming and for the fire desk mats. Well, this is all. So here's the thing that I've always tried to correct people when they would post something and say like, this desk mat was designed by Takoyakeys. I did not design this. This was designed by the very talented Input Universe, all the way in the Philippines. He's a Filipino designer. Go follow him on Instagram. Yeah, he's great. He after I did the my own like Takoyakeys Deathmat run, he reached out to me and he's like, "Hey man, I would love to do like a collab with you, like inspired by like your personality, your brand. Let's work together on a Deathmat." And so that's where it all started. I just literally piggybacked on his back, and he did all the design work. I provided input and stuff like that, but so I just wanna correct the record here. I didn't design this. I'm not that talented, and I'm very grateful that he thought that I was worthy of his art. Frank, what's up, man? My mod. Now we need RX. Where's RX? Is he sleeping? He's in Korea, right? I think. So it would be... It's 1:32 right now. It's like add 4 hours, flip AM, PM. That's how I convert it. Oh, it's early for him. Trixie Fox WI. Yeah. Immediately he was like, "Yo, make me a mod." And I'm like, "Don't you do this to everybody?" And he's like, "Hey, I'm just here to help, man." I'm like, "Hey man, I'm completely Twitch illiterate, so I would love to have your help." El Seba 4, Trixie Fox. Oh god, this is a long name. Also Sly cause I can't get in. Also Sly cause I can't get in. Okay. Gerald Juby, VapeCat6, 9420. Thanks for the follows. RX is in Korea. 69 viewers. Let's keep it at that, guys. Oh. No, we have 84. Fail. Frank is a great mod. Yeah, great guy. Within like 5 minutes, he just like improved everything. All the commands and stuff. He just went off. It's crazy. Vayar, finally, nice to finally put a face to the name. Excited for your upcoming streams. Thank you. If you know what, I felt like really nervous about it, but I feel okay. I feel okay. I think mentally, like, I had enough time to process it. Jeff? Wait, hold on. There's only one Jeff here. Yes. What up, Jeff? Jeff's Battle Station. How's it going, man? My good friend, Jeff. The Jeff, yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of other great Jeffs out there, but in this community, when people say Jeff, there's only Jeff I know. And that is the boss nurse all the way in Arizona, Jeff. Jeff, glad to see you up and streaming, bro. Yeah, man. Finally did it. Yeah, it was a little nerve-wracking, especially just like thinking about it, but that's like the kind of person I am. I you've heard the term what is it? Analysis paralysis. You just overthink so much that you don't do anything. And then you realize after a certain amount of time, like, I could have done one of those things. Doesn't matter what order it is sometimes that you do something in. Is most important thing is you just get started on it. Yeah. Pack Bear, AK Toby, gotta head out for now and be productive. Have a good stream, man. Best of luck. Yeah, man. Thanks for dropping in. I really appreciate it. And if you're setting up Shopify store, I might be able to give you some advice here and there. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Let me know. I'll see if I can help you. Instigator, we're gonna get you to do it, Jeff. You can't hide. Hold on, what's going on? Did I miss something? I've kind of been out of touch a little bit. Should I cut off this No, I won't do that. I heard you hit he. I don't. Nah, you didn't miss anything. Was it as exciting as when you read the AutoWorks keycap like scroll of the history of the samurai? E1 Keys, thanks for the follow. Twin Jag, what are the plans for the stream? Well, my my Tofu 65, I had friends over and I was just showing them like my hobby, my passion, and my frickin' Tofu 65 just bricked. So first the LED, so I connected it, the LEDs lit up but none of the keys worked, and then now I'll connect it and the keys don't even, the LEDs don't even light up. So if you guys followed me for, I don't know, like 4 months ago or 5 months ago, the same thing happened and I had to like take the whole thing apart, and I think I had to flash it via QMK and then it worked again. So I might do that this stream, maybe. But I actually have an FR4 plate for this coming in from Bolsa Keyboards. So I feel like if I'm gonna take this apart, maybe I should wait for that. I don't want to like redo work, you know. Imagine that the USB-C port is just dead. Yeah, that's what I feared last time too. But like the fact that it actually connected at one point and lit up, I think it's okay. I think it just needs to be flashed. But the last time, I don't think the LED stopped working. So this, yeah, it might be a bit of an issue. Who knows? I'm really sad about it though. Like, how can I recommend this keyboard to people like as a great entry-level custom mech when you literally do nothing, and then you plug it in and then it just messes up? Like for me, like I know I have the know-how. I can like Google it. I know like what QMK is. I can like slowly, I can look at like a Mech Merlin video on how to do QMK if I forget how to do it. But like, I'm not gonna teach. Well, I'm, you know, like some of my friends like that don't know anything about it. Like that, if I build a keyboard to it and send it, they just want it to work, right? Like they'd probably freak out. Sorry, how you been, bro? I've been good, man. Instigator, there's been the Filipino dance that a few streamers have been doing, and we're trying to get Jeff to do it too, but he's doubting his dancing abilities. Man, I would hate to be in that position right now. I'm not I don't know. Just take a few shots of, you know, whiskey, Jeff, and then you'll loosen up. What keycaps are on your GMMK Pro vape cat? This is the Mito DCP Pegaso. It's on drop. I think it's called Mitocorn. It's like, I think it was like $70. Nice quality PBT keycap set. I really like it. If you multiply Michael Jackson by 2, how many shirts are flying? True or false? True, false, or sus? I have no idea what that. Twin Jag, maybe the connections are off as it's a hot swap. Maybe the pins are bent. Twin Jag, I have not taken apart my Tofu in months. And it was working just fine. I was using it for work. I was using it to play games when I felt like using it. Literally when my friends show up and I'm showing them how it works, it dies. Hipyo Takoyakeys dance party? Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe I shouldn't have asked Jeff. Now it's become a hot topic. Vape cat, expensive? $70? $70 for a quality keycap set? I say that's pretty good. A lot of keycap sets, like, you get a lot of light bleed because the walls are really thin, but you don't really get that with these. So, and to me, like, that just, I hate that. I hate that so much. It's a make it or break it thing for me. We would love to see Takoyakeys dance. All right, I'm just gonna start ignoring those suggestions, those comments. Just, I'm just kidding. E1 Keys, are you on vacation right now? Well, it's a Sunday, so I got work tomorrow. Oh, sorry, Hipyo. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he was on vacation. Hope you had fun, man. Scopely, what's your favorite board you own? Probably my... I don't know. I'm a very sentimental guy. So I for sure love my Tofu 65 because it's one of the first boards I like built from scratch, although it was a hot swap PCB. But I have a soft spot for like the GMMK TKL. It was one of the first keyboards I got, and that's where I like practiced modding stabs. You know, they're Gatoron Browns, but like those are the first switches that I practiced lubing switches on. So like, yeah, I'll always keep that keyboard because it's like one of the first things, first keyboards that I used. And then I have my Durgod Hades 68, which I really love because it was like one of the first like more solid keyboards that I've owned. Maybe at some point I'll actually take it apart and mod it a little bit. Taco Otso. I'm assuming that has something to do with the dance. Hipyo was fun. Good, man. You work so hard, man. You deserve a break. E1 Keys, Takoyakeys doesn't dance anywhere but on the court. You know it. You know it. I'm actually gonna play basketball tonight. Is it normal to have Vapecat? Is it normal to have to flash a keyboard within 1 month of building it? I would say that's not normal. I personally think you should never have to flash a keyboard unless you do something really stupid. But like, what can you do? Like, you'd have to go pretty out of your way to like, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know what would cause it. Gerald Juby, have you been following the Olympics and Team USA basketball team? Yeah. They need an alpha. They need a Kobe. R.I.P. Kobe, my hero. Hipyo, I gotta go get some lunch, but take care. Thanks for dropping by, man. Thank you so much. I'll see you around, man. Shade 17 507, Mr. Pooter, Ichigo Hina, Quackers. Thanks for the follows. Oh, Crocobi, sorry. You had a ice white GMMK 60%. If I did a sound test to see how it sounded first, now there's a big difference. Yeah. You know, and that's the thing is like, there's so many streamers that have all these amazing like end game keyboards, like the 7V, like Gion Works considers the Frog TKL like an entry level. Price wise, maybe it is, but like it sounds like an end game keyboard. I don't have any of those yet. I took 2 L's on the Frog TKL. I just want one solid keyboard, you know, where I can like have it right here. And if I want to test out new switches, new keycaps, like it's there. That'll be like the keyboard I use. Like RX, he uses his Vega, and he tests all these different switches on the Vega, and it's like a consistent, you know, because he's not using a different keyboard. Like I really like that format. Yeah, man, can't believe they lost to France yesterday. Gerald, who does France have? Like Tony Parker's retired. Who else do they have? Fournier, right. I don't know what Fournier said about them, but Fournier is a pretty solid player, I must say. Jeff, gotta run, brother. Want to drop by, show some love. Thank you so much for dropping by, man. I'll see you later. Halloween board still down to play some League. I was playing ARAM last night, but people stopped engaging in chat because I know this is like primarily a keyboard thing. But I enjoy blowing off steam playing ARAM. How? What's up, man? My Discord mod. VapeCat, do you have a KBD 67 Lite R2? No. But I hope I win that giveaway. I hope I win that giveaway. If you guys don't know, KBD Fans has a giveaway going on Instagram. Dutchmaster, what's up, man? Sachieri, Dutchmaster, thanks for the follows. Dutch, sorry I haven't been on your stream that much. I think I've only been on like 2 of your streams. But thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. AZ Pinoy, for real though, this USA ball team has great individual players, but as a team, they're not gelling. Yeah, it reminds me of like that bronze team. You know, they had Melo, they had a young LeBron. They just didn't they have Iverson too? I don't know, just something about it just shows like how important people like Kobe were to a team like that. To a team of alphas, you need an alpha, and Kobe was that man. There's no denying it. Say what you want about Kobe. Oh, his stats are bad, blah, 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 blah. There's intangibles in players and in people that you just cannot measure with stats. And that's why teams like the Houston Rockets, like they never do that well in the playoffs, because they a 3-pointer is worth more than a 2. So 50% 2-pointer versus 40% shooting 40% from 3. You know, shooting 40% from 3 is better, but like that doesn't work in the playoffs. Rudy Gobert, yes. Yes. Croco, I don't think I'll ever give my GMMK since it's my first mech keyboard. Yeah, just that what do you call it? Sentimentalism, you know. How long are you going to be streaming? I don't know. But I blocked out at least like 2 to 3 hours. I'm enjoying talking to you guys, but I'm sorry if I'm boring you. I'm just having so much fun answering all these questions. Quackers, ayo. Lube Gap Browns sound feel amazing. Yeah, surprisingly not bad. What's the stream plan for today? How? I was thinking of like restoring my bricked Tofu 65, but since I have like an FR4 plate on the way, if I'm going to take it apart, I might as well like do all the other stuff too. So I reconsidered that. I can't mod the GMMK Pro yet because my C3 stabs from Ash Keebs hasn't arrived yet. And as you know, hopefully it's not going to be like the Bad Batch. $69 watchers. We had 69 like a few times. AZ Pinoy. Yes, agree. You need a true leader to make a group with talent work. Yes. I agree, man. Oh, I miss Kobe. He would have been an amazing coach too. You're doing great, man. Thanks. True, what's up? What is up, my man True Pyro? My good friend. Lauxen, thank you for the raid. Hope you're doing well. How was your stream? Fire Desert. I have a GMMK Pro White Ice, but honestly, since it's not actually white, I haven't used it. Yeah, that's disappointing, right? Like, a silver board is nice. But if that's not what you bought, that sucks. That's all it is to it. There's nothing wrong with silver. It's just expectation versus reality. It must be aligned. Otherwise, yeah, people are going to be really disappointed. Harpsters YT Hipyo sent me. Thanks, Hipyo. Even when he's gone, he's still sending people over to me. What a Chad. Welcome. Fire Desert, do you recommend spray painting it? I've actually seen some people take like their blackboard and like, I don't know what they use, but they took off all the anodization and they just made it look like a mirror finish, and it looked really nice. I'm not gonna lie. There's not enough chrome mirror finish boards out there, and I think it would look amazing. The question is like what kind of keycaps you want to put on it, so on and so forth. But like, I don't know. There's just something to a mirror finish that just makes it look spot on. What's a good entry level board that you'd recommend, VapeCat? It depends, and I hate saying that, but it really does depend. Like, you always got to start off with like, what keyboard size? What are you going to use it for? Are you going to travel with it? If you're going to travel with it, chances are you don't want, you know, a chonker, and a 5 to 8 pound chonker, you know. Do you want it hot swap? Are you willing to take it apart and lube the stabs, you know, so on and so forth? How much work are you willing to put into it also matters. How the ones, the C3 stabs that were sent were probably the retooled ones, so you shouldn't have any issues. I hope not. And Ash Keebs is a really good vendor, so they should be sending out the proper ones. Muroje? Is it Muroje? God damn it. Sorry. Dang, that GMMK Pro was your first M Keeb. I'd be happy with a normal GMMK. That was like one of my first keeps, a normal GMMK, the TKL version. I have a YouTube video on it where I like mod the stabs and stuff like that, and then put Holy Pandas on it. Harpsters YT, my first keyboard was a wireless Logitech keyboard, which was a membrane. Yeah, and I've seen some really interesting videos of, I think it was oh my god, I forgot, his Squashy Boy. Didn't he have a recent video where he modded a membrane keyboard and it was actually not bad? Okay, finally. I'm caught up to the chat. Are you in Canada? Yes, I am, VapeCat. I'm in Vancouver, the Vancouver area. It's just easier to say Vancouver, you know. Chat going brr, brr. I can only do it one R. In my Spanish class, I could speak it pretty well, the accent, but like the rolling R's, I just couldn't do it very well. How? Yeah, Squashy did it and sounded pretty damn good. Yeah. I remember watching Squashy back in his Osu days. Aproxia. Yeah. And like, it's really cool to see people like Homogeneo, for example. Shout out to Homogeneo. Like, he started off doing Team Fortress, right? And then he just became really interested in keyboards, started making videos about keyboards. I think it's totally fine to do that. Enye gang? Voodoo Bear. Enye. I haven't said that in such a long time. What's going on? Tim Keelis, what's up? Just for you, Tim, we'll keep this stream on theme. So no video games. No video games, even though I kind of want to play some video games. Voodoo Bear, hi Tim, hi Frank. Vidya games, no video game. I know, I'm just joking. Alright, caught up with chat. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should just take apart the tofu. Tim, Frank, any suggestions on how to unbrick the tofu? so the LEDs won't even light up. I think it's just reflashing, right? Get a new PCB? No. No, I'm gonna make it work with this. Is it just gonna be like one of those keyboards I just use to decorate? It just doesn't work. Did I reset it yet? Well, the first time this issue happened, like 4 or 5 months ago, you know that button on the PCB you press? It didn't work. I had to like reflash it with QMK, and then it worked all the way up until yesterday. Carry out purchased a GMMK Pro a few days ago. Should be here tomorrow. Replacing stab with Duroc V2. Carry out. Be careful. I would suggest getting C3 because Duroc stabs apparently don't fit very well in the plate. Some people like Rockalina have filed down the plate so that their stabs could fit. Yeah, if you don't want to do that work, I would suggest maybe getting C3 stabs instead. VapeCat, take out the brick in the keyboard. I mean, the keyboard itself is a brick. So you take a brick out of a brick, then reflashing is the way. Alright, well, let's try. I haven't used QMK in a while, though. Oh, I'm typing on this one. God, it's so stupid. Like, why isn't it typing? Okay. I do have the JSON file too. If I can find it. Okay. Okay, so first I need to take apart this damn keyboard. So let's do that. Let's just get my tools out here. Oh boy. You guys ready? I don't know about you guys, but I like lining up the keycaps the same way that it's gonna go back on. Like some of y'all take these keycaps and you just fling it to the side, and then like you gotta put it all back together. I don't remember where all these keys are, man. Once it comes apart, I don't have to like pick up a key and, you know, on a completely empty keyboard and go like, yeah, this is where the U goes, this is where the M goes. Like, I don't know that stuff. It's my inner OCD. I just kept the goat stabs for my GMMK Pro. I didn't want to waste my Durocs on that keyboard. Well, I heard the goat stabs, even if you like mod it like to the best of your ability, it just isn't the same as if you just used like another brand stabs. Like I had a comment about this on one of my videos. There's this, assuming it's some kid who's like, ha ha ha, you just wasted like $10 on buying new stabs when you could have just modded the stabs that just came with it. Like, how stupid. Like, it's not the same quality, man. It's just not. Like the drop control, for example, like I got one of those. I got some money together with some of my friends, got it for one of my friends for my birthday, for his birthday. I tried modding it. It just isn't the same. The plastic's thinner, it got all warped up. It's just not the same. And there was this like ticking sound coming from it, and there was like a little plastic nub on the inside of the freaking stab housing where the wire was rubbing up against. It's like, I'm sorry, but it's not the same thing. It's better to just toss it or keep it, I don't know, but replace it with better stabs. It's just, I'm sorry. That's why everybody just does it in the community, you know? Proxy, I bought a Gamma K K66 today. Gonna be my first ever board that's not 100%. Also my first mech that's not a Red Dragon. I mean, I heard Red Dragon's not bad if that's your budget. And like cheap keyboards, like you can modify it pretty good. And like the biggest component is really the stabs, right? If the stabs sound good, like you can. It's a pretty good keyboard. No one wants to hear that rattle. It's so weird because like when I first joined the community and like that was, you know, that was like one of the main things people talk about when you mod a keyboard is modding the stabs. And I never noticed the rattle until I heard that video of like before and after, and I was like awestruck. I'm like, oh my god, it does sound awful. my ears, I think, just like muted it out. You know what I mean? I have FR4 plate for my GMK Pro since it's nice fit Duroc V2. Wait, they sell FR4 plate? I thought it was just brass, polycarb, and aluminum. Crocobi, I want to say wow, since I thought you were getting the WoW stick out. I will get the WoW stick out. I just gotta take all the keycaps off first. Ricky Rick. Hey, I just came. What are you making right now? I'm taking apart my Tofu 65. And hopefully the PCB still works because I plug it in and nothing, not even the LEDs show up, so. Moroje. Bye. I gotta go. Might hop on a stream later. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. Other people are making FR4 plates for it. Well, that's pretty cool. I might hop in on one of those because I actually I don't like high pitched sounds on my keyboards. After a while, my ears are really sensitive. So like, even this keyboard right here with the Holy Pandas on a polycard plate, after a while, like it just, I don't know. There's a certain pitch to it that hurts my ears after a while. Chris Chalk, the Voodoo Bear, and 20V AE86. Thank you for following. Voodoo Bear, I see you everywhere. 20 AE86, I see you everywhere too. I think I remember you almost won a marble game. AE86. And you just got like yeeted near the finish line. I felt so bad for you. I think it was on Jeff's stream or something. Messages deleted. I don't know what happened. I don't see the messages. Maybe they tried to post a link or something. Links are not allowed. Apparently. Oh, and this that's a boba gum switch. I was just showing my friends the difference between a silent switch and a non-silent switch, and their minds were blown. Ugh. Well, that's not going back in. Oh. Fire Desert. Did you see Cat Great Wave? It's going to be my second GB keycap set. Let me take a look. as I try to type on this keyboard I'm taking apart again. What was it called? Cat Great Wave. That looks pretty cool. So I know some people are not a fan of this, like, what do you call it? This like shading change. But I think if you do it right, you can make it work. Sometimes like the keyboard layout itself kind of messes with the shading. So as long as that's not being interfered with on whatever keyboard you're putting it onto, I think. Oh, I like this. I like that. That's really cool. Rick, maybe your power connection not working? No, I tried. This cable right here. Here, let me just switch back here. This cable right here is connected to the computer. This is connected to USB hub, so I thought it maybe was a power draw issue, but like this would probably draw more power than this. But I still like connected one directly to the computer. Nothing. Jae Prototypist. Hey Jay, what's up, man? I love seeing your cars in your stories and stuff. Like the Z, the Fair Lady, like, man. Rating with a party of 84. Jesus, dude. Jay, I didn't even know you streamed. I'm sorry, I gotta follow you. Where are you, Jay? I gotta stop trying to type on this thing. Jae Prototypist, there you are. Followed. Sorry I haven't followed you yet. How was your stream? What did you do? Sorry, the build command is not working. Well, it's not working. It's I didn't really know exactly what I was gonna do. So glad you like the cars though. Yeah, man. I love your cars. Built a Duck Orion with tangerines and GMK Dolce. Nice. I am Mero. How am I not following all these streams? I don't know. It's weird. It's funny. Like there's some like big name streamers and like people will be like, "Oh, dude, I'm always in your chats and stuff," and I can't believe I've never followed you yet. There's like stuff like that happens too. It's really funny. And he dashed the red escape. Hashtag never forgetting. I'm sorry, I don't know what that's referring to. JJWKB, ChatCal95, I'm Maru, Tieni, and Tomasi. There you go. 2112. Nick MK, thanks for the follows, guys. This is crazy. I cannot believe how many of you are watching. I'll say it again. I thought I was like I would have been happy with 10, 15. We've hit 69 several times already. We're 120. What the? 125 people. I'm just gonna keep working. Thank you all for the support. I really appreciate it. This is crazy. I need to drink some water. I need to add like hydrate and all those things. I'm new to Twitch. Like I'm very Twitch illiterate, so Vape Cat. I was yesterday I was showing my friends the difference between a silent switch and a non-silent switch. That's why. Any of my mods here? I know RX is in Korea. He's probably fast asleep. Frank, do you have the powers to add hydrate and stuff, or is that something I have to do? It's easy to forget water while streaming. Yeah. And if I don't drink enough water, like I start getting a headache in my old age. Your body just like, if you don't take care of it perfectly, it just goes like, just gives you the middle finger. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna give you like a headache, a massive migraine for the rest of the day, just because you're an ass. S for silent? No, it was just a coincidence. I think you have to apply for affiliate for that too. Okay. Well, we'll implement those when it's time. No rush. You have to be an affiliate before channel points can be added. I am Meru, how old are you? I turn 33 next month. Thankfully, because of my age and genes, I look a little bit younger than 33. Yes, Shisora. I made sure to drink some really proper Vietnamese coffee so that I don't get tired or any headaches during the stream. It's called addiction. Yeah, withdrawal. Easy Pinot, you'll get there in no time. Hopefully. I mean, I just wanted to engage with you guys. Just do whatever. If it leads to anything, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy to have been accepted by so many of you in the community. So, yeah. Happy birthday for next month. Thank you. I probably have some... I actually don't know what I'm going to do for my birthday. What is wrong with you? There. Thank you. Can I just pull it with my fingers? Yes, I can. Is this triggering to some of you in the community? Just pulling keycaps with your fingers? And for some of you OCD people, I will take out this bubblegum switch. There. I think it's a lubed one. You can barely tell lubed, unlubed bubblegum, but... I am Meru. I am Meuru. There you go. Yeah, engagement is what makes our hobby really cool. Thanks for the content. I just ended my stream recently. I'm about to bounce, but I can't wait to catch the next one. Well, thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. Hope to see you again soon. Dodnik MK, I do that on the reg. Nah, I pull keycaps with my fingers all the time. Yeah, sometimes it just gets annoying, right? Like, oh, you know what the next development is going to be? I'm going to invent this, guys. It's going to be keycap pulling wire that attaches to your finger like this. So then instead of having to fumble around with like the angles and stuff, you just like angle your wrist. You just go like boop, and then you open up your fingers and then switch, or the keycap pops out. Because right now you pull out a keycap and it's like this, right? And then you have to like open up the wire so that it drops out. But no, you just go, you angle it so you catch the keycap, pull it out, and then you just go boop, and then it falls out. Or if somebody invents it, I deserve some credit. Okay? I deserve some credit. Scopely, Zombie 115Z, Steve ML, Lauxen. Lauxen, you rated me. Thank you for following. Okay, so here we are. Uh, one of the things that I don't like showing is the gross. I don't know. I don't know how stuff ends up in on the plate type of stuff. Um, so I'm gonna go into intermission. I'm just gonna brush off all this crap. I think I'll put these switches in so nothing gets inside onto the PCB. And I'll be right back. Why isn't it going in? There you go. I'll be right back once I clean off the top of this plate. What is wrong with you? There you go. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Hey guys, sorry. I took that liberty to take a bathroom break too. What did I miss? Have you guys been behaving? Why can't I scroll? I am me, you are you. That's how you say it. Okay. I am me, you are you. Got it. Proxia. I pull keycaps with my fingers a lot too, and honestly, it's a really bad habit of mine because I pretty much fidget with keycaps that way, and it takes me like 30 minutes to realize. Proto that shit. Finger cots. That's what you call it? Finger cots with wire loops hanging out at the end. Ricky Rick, I am back. You know, it's so weird. Like, most of the stuff that was on here was like from my, you know, like hair from my head. But like, I don't type with my head literally above the frickin' keyboard, you know? I don't type like this. So I actually like having my keyboard pretty far up, sometimes even like this far up. How does hair get there? It doesn't make sense to me. Could Scratch Head keep typing? Maybe. Hair and Skin does that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's like a mind of its own. Oh, yeah, sorry. Let me take this out. I know it bothers some of you, so there. Just hide it. There. All right. Next step. Whale stick. Just clean up a bit here. Just put it up here. Yep. All right. Ooh, I need somewhere to put all these screws and stuff. 1 second. Wow stick. Wow. Just that Owen Wilson wow is just such a classic. He could just have a movie where he just walks in, makes a cameo. Wow. Just see something. Wow. Walks off. That's it. Made his millions right there. What's going on? Okay, it's being a bit of a jerk. What's going on? It's like stuck there. Okay, let me just... You know what? Let's just take out the switches too. Let's just get another thing to put the switches in. There. Oh crap, sorry. It's shaking. Gotta go. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for joining, Ruben A. Crosskeys. Maro J. I just keep butchering your name for some reason. I'm sorry. Welcome back. Whoa. What was that? You guys see that? The camera just disconnected for a second for no reason. Please, don't do this to me. Ricky Rick. Deferred bench. Thanks for the follows. Alright, let's take the switches out. I think that might make it easier. I really like this keycap puller. It's a Kelowna keycap puller. It allows the little arm here to actually go into like tight spaces, like here, tight tolerances here. Like so. So yeah, this is like my new favorite keycap puller. Courtesy of Zion Studios, they sent me some stuff when I bought switches from them. WTF was that? I know. I have no idea what that was. And I'm gonna be really upset if there's any overheating issues, because it's not even that hot. And I specifically chose this camera, the Sony a7C, because it apparently did deal with a lot of overheating issues that plagued some of the other Sony cameras, full frame or compact mirrorless. You know what I just realized? Oh, Ricky Rick, it's 11 p.m. where I live, so I need to go. Have a good stream. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. I was just gonna say, when people raid, like when I'm a part of a raid party and I go to another channel, people usually introduce themselves. I didn't do that. I didn't do that for Hipyo. I didn't do that for Jae. I didn't do that for Lauxen. I'm sorry. I'm new to this. But if you don't know who I am, my name is Tak, aka Takoyakeys. People call me Taco, Takoya. I'm just like an entry level keyboard enthusiast. I'm just happy to be here. I'm here to do keyboard modding. I'm here to play some games, have fun, share some laughs, and just chill and hang out with all of you guys. I'm mostly active on Instagram. I do giveaways. My Discord has strangely been growing. I think I'm about to hit 500 there. I might do a giveaway there. I'll probably have to do now that I'm on Twitch. I gotta do giveaways here. So yeah, just follow me on my socials, and we'll have a good time. Why am I doing this? I could just pop it out like that. Forgot to mention the part that he has fire deathmatch. Thanks, man. You gotta go, Crocobi. See you. Thank you. Good luck with the Tofu 65. Yeah. I'm sure we'll figure it out. I hope so. Discord. Yeah, you know, I gotta do my Discord. Although it is in my About Me page in my Twitch page, so my Discord is there. Rooter DK, Hipyo says hi. Still referring me, even though he's not even here. The Chad, Hipyo Chad. All right. Should be easy, a lot easier to take the screws out now. I'm gonna charge my mouse. I'm sure it's okay, but I get a little anxiety. It's like, you know, you don't want to be left stranded without gas on the side of the road. You don't want to be left without juice. Could it have something to do with the fact that these metal screws are like touching this part right here? Should I be putting a washer here? Is that what's might be causing the issue? The one thing I will say I don't like about this is that the end of the screw end is not magnetized. I tried using a magnetizing, you know, thing, and it worked for a little bit, but it wasn't very consistent. Also, I wish you can like change like the strength of it, like, you know, on the like top tier quality screwdrivers, like impact wrenches and stuff, like you can change the strength of it. I wish there was some sort of adjustment for that. But overall, I really like this tool. Oh yeah, I had a failed O-ring mod. The O-rings that I put in here, they weren't large enough, or they weren't small enough, and I forgot to take them out. That's how long it's been since I took this thing apart. It needs to like actually go on the standoffs, not go around it. So further cementing my claim that I am an entry-level enthusiast. All right, so now that this thing is apart, oh boy. I don't want to just like put it on the desk here. What should I do? Oh, I could just put it on the plate. There you go. Okay, so let's put these up here for now. Okay, so let's take a look at this PCB. So you can click on my About Me page section in my Twitch channel and you'll find it. I don't have a command set up for it yet, my Discord. See that? So it worked on my GMMK. My GMMK Pro was connected perfectly fine with this cable. Nothing. I don't even hear like that it's connected. So yeah, indicating that something is very wrong. Hopefully not too wrong that we can't fix it. We don't have to replace the damn PCB. I believe this is the reset button right here. I'm just gonna look it up for a second. I don't want to mess anything up. Of course, I have to connect my keyboard first. Hello? Don't do this to me now. I hear it connecting though. I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now. Why is this happening to me? Okay, we're good. What is it called? GG DZ65 RGB B2 PCB reset. Okay, let's look at this together. In order to flash your firmware, you must first put your keyboard in special flashing mode. While it's in this mode, you'll not be able to type, blah blah blah. Hold down both shift keys and press pause. Oh, I guess I could have done like that version of the reset. No, it wouldn't have worked because the keyboard wasn't detected by the computer. Unplug your keyboard, hold down the top. Unplug your keyboard, hold down the top or bottom left key, plug keyboard, press physical reset button. I am really out of practice with this. The last time I flashed this thing was like 5 or 6 months ago. Key underscore B. Nice keeps you got there. Looking forward to seeing what you build this time. I'm just trying to fix my Tofu 65, man. I don't know why this is like stressful. It's starting to get hot outside. Does anybody have like not decent knowledge of the tofu? Where's Tofu Mania when you need him? Let's see here.
Running doubt seemed daunting, but I guarantee you that.
All right, let's watch the Mech Merlin QMK Toolbox video here.
Your typing speeds are under 50 words per minute. Compatible keyboard. The process may seem daunting, but I guarantee you that if you take a moment
Can you guys
to
hear this
follow
just
all
fine?
these steps and not skip around, you too can flash your keyboard successfully. For the purposes of this review, I'll be using a DZ60 RGB ANSI V1 in a FLR3 case. The files I'll be using in this tutorial will be specific to this PCB. So please make the adjustments required for your keyboard. All links talked about in this video will be posted down below, so make sure you check them out. Let's get started. Step 1. Get your firmware. You can get keyboard firmware by either compiling from the QMK firmware source code, creating one through QMK Configurator, or by downloading a VIA-enabled QMK firmware through caniusevia.com. Choose the method most appropriate for your needs. Step 2. Download QMK Toolbox. QMK Toolbox is downloaded from QMK's GitHub. At the time of this video, the latest version is 0.0.21.
I think I already have that.
Use the latest version.
Yeah, I have it right here.
On the bottom of the release page, you should see a list of assets. If you are a Windows user, please download qmk_toolbox.exe. If you are a Mac, Step 3. Open QMK Toolbox. Navigate to where you downloaded QMK Toolbox and open it. In some cases, Windows will give warnings to not open this file. Please check your antivirus and open this in admin mode if you have to. Step 4. Driver installation. This step is only applicable on a Windows environment and only on the first time. If you are using macOS, you can skip this step. When you first open QMK Toolbox, it should prompt you to install drivers. Please allow it to do so by clicking yes and giving it a moment. If for some reason you are not prompted to do this, right-click on the bottom of QMK Toolbox and select Install Drivers. Once you've installed these drivers,
okay, I'm installing the drivers right now.
You do not have to do this again on any subsequent keyboard flashing, unless of course something went wrong. At this point,
I guess I didn't need to do it.
Restarting your machine. Do this before proceeding to the
Restart your machine? No thanks. I'm not restarting. Okay, well if I have to restart, then I might just
Step 5. Launch QMK Toolbox again and press
put this project
button.
aside.
Navigate to the file you downloaded or created in Step 1, select it, and press the Open button. Please note that if you flash your board with the wrong firmware file, your board
Martini
will cease to
Monsters,
function.
yeah, hopefully.
However, recovering
Hopefully
from this
I don't have to restart.
the correct firmware and selecting it during this step. Step 6. Select the appropriate.
Hold on, did I just miss something?
However, recovering from this is as simple as finding the correct firmware and selecting it during this step. Step 6.
Okay.
Select the appropriate microcontroller.
I have the right
On the
microcontroller
drop-down
selected,
next
yeah.
to the Open button, you will have the option to select an AVR microcontroller that matches your board.
I think I can just get to step 7.
Reset your board to have it enter bootloader mode. Bootloader mode allows your keyboard to be flashed with the new firmware. There are multiple ways to do this. Do whichever works. Option 1. Check your key map for a reset button and press it while the board is plugged in. Option 2. Press and hold space and B while plugging in your keyboard. Option 3. Press and hold escape while plugging in your keyboard.
Okay, and I'm assuming one of the other options is the reset button. Yeah.
If options 1 through 3 have failed, the most foolproof way I've found is by simply pressing the physical reset button, commonly located on the back of your PCB. It's a small button, so it may take you a few minutes to locate. QMK Toolbox should give you some message upon a successful
Okay, so I connect the PCB to the keyboard, or to the computer, sorry. Okay. And then once I press this physical button, Basic, what's up? Thanks for dropping by. I'm just resetting my tofu, hopefully. Okay, here goes, guys. I don't think it worked. Hi, I'm just chilling for now. How are you? I'm great. Bin? I can call you Bin now, right? Holy shit. It worked. I think it worked. I'm good. I'm just, yeah. Trying to fix my tofu that just stopped working. Hold on. Okay, it says device connected. Okay.
Reset. Step 8.
Press
Press
flash.
flash. Your board will now flash the firmware file you have selected in step 5. To verify that it is indeed flashing that file, please pay attention to the output screen. The flashing should only take a few seconds. When it is done, you may close QMK Toolbox and begin to use your keyboard. Congratulations! At this point, you now know how to flash your board.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Except for a few boards, this will pretty much be the exact method you use on every QMK-powered keyboard. I'd like to take a few moments to talk a little bit about other things QMK Toolbox is able to do. Keyboard from
Okay. So, did it work? Erasing flash success. Memory empty. Error opening hex. Oh. Okay. So flash didn't work, I think. Let's try this again. Oh, you see that? You see that? The LEDs are lighting up. How do you say that name? Zipper Zyger? Thanks for the follow. Okay, guys. It's freaking out a bit. In my headphones, I can hear it like, I don't know if you guys can hear it, like disconnecting, connecting, USB not recognized. It's like freaking out. It just stopped. Is it working? Is it working now?
begin to use your keyboard.
Oh, and it says disconnected after it finishes, so I think that's what it says when it's done. Yeah. Okay. I think we got it to work, guys. Now, how do we not like make this happen again? Like, if I knew what the hell was causing this, then I would love to spend a few hours making sure that never happens again. But I have no idea what it is. Like I said earlier, like let me just switch. There's no like washers here when I install the screws into the standoffs. I don't know if that's causing some sort of short. Do you guys think it might be worth, like if I'm doing it for the stabs, I guess I might as well do it for these parts. What do you think? I think I have some extra washers lying around. Think it might be worth it? Royal RY, thanks for the follow. Okay. Anyone there? You know what? I'm gonna do it. Hold on. Let me just find some of those washers. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have all of my, not all of my, but a good number of my keyboard accessory things in this hemp Hipyo bag. Let's see what we got in here. O-rings. Oh, look at that. Second thing in here. These are kind of big washers. Don't need that. Bunch of switch film. I haven't opened this thing up in a while. Bunch of springs. Anyways. Yeah, let me put this somewhere. Somewhere visible. Shill for Hipyo. Isn't it fire? Love it. I love this thing. Ugh. There, you can kind of see it. Kind of at an angle. Alright, let's jack these washers and use them. Wherever these like metal... Oh no, I don't know if I have enough. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4... Wait. How many of them actually end up going into the standoffs? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's exactly 4. I wonder if that's what it was meant for. Alright. Well, that's what I'm going to do. How the hell do I have like 83 viewers? This is insane. Okay, I cannot believe this right now. Okay, got those. All right. Let's put it back in. I would like to do the O-ring mod, but I don't have the correct size what do you call it? O-rings. I've ordered them off Amazon. So I'll do the O-ring mod for this at a later date when I get the FR4 plate that I ordered from Bolsa. So once that gets in, also there's a bit of ticking on the space bar, so I'll probably try to mod these stabs again at some point. But yeah, I can do all of that in a future date. Oh, actually, hold on. Before I do this, I need to think about this for a second. So, if this was a metal plate, I wouldn't think for a second, and I would just like keep proceeding. I would just proceed, but because this this plate is so flexible, trying to put switches on the corners don't snap in properly. It's super annoying. That's the one thing I hate about this plate. I got the polycarbonate plate because it makes switches sound thockier, and like metal plates tend to make switches sound or the key press sound a little snappier and pingy. And some people like the clack sound, but to me, like, I have very sensitive ears. I prefer the thock, like a deeper sound. I always put my switches in before putting the switches in the PCB. So what, you just put it into the like this. But this is a hot swap board. I understand. Is it the same regardless of a soldered? Like this? I mean, we know the pins are all straight since, you know, I just took them out of the keyboard. So I guess I don't need to worry about that. See, this is why. This is why I'm already benefiting so much from just streaming. I get like such great input and suggestions from you guys. I really appreciate it. I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. I would probably have so much more knowledge if I had just started. This is kind of suspect though, hey. We could probably put that in later. I put all my switches into the plate first. JJWKB. I insert all 60 plus switches into the PCB at once. Alpha male at its finest. Just make sure the pins are perfectly straight, then press the plate plus switches onto the PCB. Martini Monsters. I've only built 2 keyboards and I did them on stream and it was very nice to have all the crowdsourced knowledge. Yes, 100%. It's not for everyone though. Hipyo got you set for life, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I accept that I'm grateful for his support, for his friendship, for everything that he does for me. I can't stress enough how much I appreciate him. And I don't know if you were in here when I talked about like our origin story, but Hipyo was like my first subscriber on YouTube. And then when I started out my Instagram account, he was one of my first followers. I think at the time I started, he had like 300, 500 IG followers and YouTube subs. And we always just like liked each other's stuff, commented on each other's stuff. And then we just became friends from there. So yeah, I'm grateful for his friendship and for his support. And hopefully at some point in my keyboard career, I don't know what to call it, I can do something really great for him too that'll benefit him. So that's what friends are for, right? It's like a You guys hear that? I live in an area where there's a lot of crazy drivers, so you might hear some honking from time to time. What was I talking about? Yeah, I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful he's my friend. I'm grateful that everything he does for me. You know, I don't ask him to do all this stuff. He just does it because he's just a genuinely good-hearted, kind person, and I can't stress enough how grateful I am. I usually would build the PCB on a flat surface, not in the case, because with Kale sockets they can break off the PCB if the pin isn't straight and there's nothing behind the PCB. Okay. Right. I initially just put into the case just to see how many of the screws go into the standoffs, so I don't need to do this right now. Thank you. Yeah, there's nothing that's gonna stain my nice desk mat, so should be okay. Another self reminder to drink some water. You guys should be drinking some water too. Just whenever I'm on the computer, I just like forget. I forget that I'm a human being that needs nourishment or hydration. I gotta get that reminder set up. This is a weird shape. I might just skip that. Oh, the music stopped. That's my bad. Turn it back on again. Shout out to Lo-Fi Girl. No ads. Love it. I tried using the Alpha Gaming like royalty-free music playlist, but after every song, freaking YouTube ads came on, so I'm like that I can't I can't use this. I don't want to use this. Well, I have coffee. Yeah, I had coffee too. G Fuel enhance your performance. I mean, hey man, if G Fuel sponsors me, I'll drink G Fuel. I heard some shady stuff with that kind of G Fuel sponsorship. Maybe they've gotten better since, but this was years ago. We need to start having nap breaks. Yeah. I was never like a nap guy ever, but in recent years I've realized the value of naps. Just out of stubbornness, it's like, why would I nap when I could sleep in the evening, you know, and recover? It just doesn't work that way. Like, until I just tried out a nap, just because I was so exhausted, I realized, like, if I didn't take that 1 hour or 45-minute nap after work or something, I wouldn't be productive for the rest of the evening, you know? So... 916 Amy, sorry, 5 minutes ago you followed. Thanks for the follow. And Chocho Lit Milk. Chocho Lit Milk. Thanks for the follow. G Fuel X Taco collab. They do like branded collabs? I thought they just give you all these flavors of stuff and you just drink it and say, you know, G Fuel every, I don't know, 30 minutes. Frank, if I ever take sponsorship from a beverage company, it would have to be Coca-Cola. Yeah, because they freaking own everything too. If you want Fanta, it's Coca-Cola. If you want Sprite, it's Coca-Cola. What other... They own like so much stuff. They own like snack companies, I'm pretty sure, not just like beverage companies. They just own so much stuff. So if you get a sponsorship deal from Coke, you just get everything. That's like the dream right there. Sorry, I think I'm going a little slow here. It's kind of hard to like fit these onto the polycarb plate because it like flexes. Let me speed things up a little bit. Or try to speed things up. Is the music volume okay, guys? Z1VA or Ziva. Thanks for the follow. Frank, where do you live, man? I think based on our conversation yesterday, you're in a different time zone. Like, I think you're in Asia. Yes? Well, thanks for... I know it's like an awkward time for you. Hold on. It's like 7 a.m. over there, isn't it? Oh, you know what? Maybe I could have put in different switches. Too late. I actually have a repository of... No, actually, I don't want to say that because I know some people have like tons more than I do, but I got like boba gums, I got U4s, I got U4Ts, I got lubed Gap Browns with Tribosis 3204, I got Milky Yellow, Box White, what are they called? Duroc T1 tactile switches. I forget. Holy Pandas. No, these are the Holy Pandas. I meant Glorious Pandas. I have Hyperglide MX Browns. That's actually for my girlfriend's keyboard that I built for her once GMK Sloth comes in. Yeah, I have a good number of switches. And I recently bought Ash Keeb's recent switches. I forget what they're called. One of them is called the Amethyst switch. I don't know if that one's the linear one. But I have enough tactile switches, so... Oh, I have Everglide Oreo switches too. Yeah, but I bought the linear one. I don't know if it's the Amethyst. But it intrigued me because it said it had the long stem pole, like the Holy Pandas are known for. And I really like the bottoming out sound of those types of switches. So I bought them. I had to pick it up. And it supports, you know, a friend and a local business in Ash Keebs here in Canada. So yeah, I picked them up. So hopefully I can stream that at some point too. Is it actually too late? Sorry, what is this referring to? Oh, this is so weird. I've never done this before. Holy Pandas are elite. To put in different switches, you said it was too late. Oh, yes. I mean... Do you guys want something different? I don't have a voting system set up, unfortunately. First stream, scuff stream. I need a lot of... Hopefully Frank will help me with some of this stuff, but... I mean, I'd be open to it. I got time. I don't play basketball till another 5.5 hours. I don't eat dinner for another 2 to 3 hours, so... What's, you know, taking some switches out, right? It'll probably have to be stock, though. Because I don't have any... I don't think I'll have enough time to be lubing all these switches too. Why is no one chatting? I'm just not interesting enough. That's why. I need to be better. Be better. Be better, Tack. I came over because Hipyo told me to. Well, first of all, thank you for showing up. Second of all, the number of people that follow me and are watching my streams, or this is my first official stream actually, versus Hipyo streams, is like, you can't even compare it. Once you start comparing my stream to Hipyo stream, yeah, it's gonna look a little sad in here. He's got so many people. Like, I remember like when he first started streaming and he was trying to get to like, he's like, was it face reveal at 50 subs or something? Joined the watering hole gang when he was doing that whole thing, and like chat was more readable. But now, like, when I occasionally join his streams, like, I can't really join most of the time because I'm working, but it's like crazy. It's crazy. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'll be able to handle that, because I feel bad if I miss somebody's comments. But like, at that number of comments that are just like just flying up and down. Hamaji too. Like when I joined one of his streams, like chat is going by so fast that people are repeating their questions in hopes of being heard, you know, or having their comment read. It's just crazy. You gotta start somewhere. Yeah. What's up, Chocho Lit Milk? Is that the right way to say it? You gotta start somewhere. Yeah. Am I tactile or linear gang? I am tactile gang, but I have a soft spot for clicky switches because that's actually what got me into mechanical keyboards. I have no vote for which switches you should do, but different seems fun to me. Yeah, I mean, you know, MX Browns, Hyperglides, they might need to be broken in. Like, you got to use them, right? What happened again? It happened again, guys. I mean, thank goodness it's only for like a split second, but I don't know why that's happening. That's one of the reasons I don't stream, because I want everybody to be heard and I don't want anyone missing out, which they probably will if they go into my stream. Oh yeah? Do you have like a big following, Key Switches? Camera is tripping. I don't think it's the camera. I think it has more to do with the I think it has more to do with maybe the capture card. But that's the thing, like even like cheaper Amazon capture cards, like a lot of big streamers use them and they swear by them. So, I don't know. I have like 6 subs on YouTube. I make keyboard meme videos. Cool, man. That's probably why I'll never stream, because that might happen if I ever get big. I mean, yeah. I'm probably like you in the way that I like imagine that kind of scenario in the future and like base some of my current decisions based on that. But I don't know. I find that sometimes that can be I wouldn't call it harmful, but it can like prevent you from doing something that might actually be worthwhile, because you know you anticipate an issue that may or may not happen, but it may never happen. You know, a lot of the times you end up doing stuff and it, you know, it never happens. Like 99% of the concerns that you have never materialize. There's a famous quote by a guy whose name I forgot, but he's a big name. You gotta take my word for it. It's not easy to get big. No, it's not. And that's why I'm like so happy for Hipyo for all of his success. It's nice when it's quiet though. I typically don't go to streams with a lot of people. Yeah, it can seem pretty hectic. But for, you know, I like watching like Shroud and like other people. I just like close the chat so I can just focus on what they're doing. I mean, it's hard trying to grow on YouTube. It's pretty hard to overgrow, I've heard. Overgrow as in reach that size of a following. Yeah. I don't know. I think a lot of it just has to do with consistency. And Hipyo has been dishing out videos on a very consistent schedule, and it's not easy to do. And I think that just gets rewarded, you know, consistency and determination and work ethic over time. You're bound to get successful at some point. If you ever get big like Hipyo, set a slow mode so chat is more manageable. I don't even know how that works, but yes, I'll definitely be implementing stuff like that. I'm sure Frank, you know, Inomushiki, my mod will think about that before I even say it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I should probably get back to. I just fixed my PCB for my Tofu 65, so now I'm just putting everything back together. I should get back to work. Not bore you guys with my ramblings. Oh shoot. Oh my god. I'm such an idiot. Okay. Scuffed. Okay. You guys know exactly what I did? So I swear I put in like one switch and made sure the pins aligned, but clearly not. Look at what I did here. I will admit my mistakes. Look at this. The pins aren't aligned. The 2 pins are son of a bitch. All that work. Oh, you know what? This means that we have to change the switches now. Yeah, I put it in the wrong rotation. That's what happens when you like I'm not paying attention and I'm just like reading chat and like, you know what? This is a really good. This was meant to happen because we are deliberating on whether we should use different switches. This is the perfect excuse. Yeah, it was meant to be. There you go. Destiny calls. These are holy pandas, not glorious pandas. Do you and Hipyo know each other personally? No. I met him just through the community, just on IG and YouTube. Dang Dynasty. Takoya, we should do a mini Keeb meet. Sure, man. I'd be more than happy to join. I don't have a nice endgame Keeb to, like, display, though. But I'll be more than happy to, like, you know, put on some gloves or use some hand sanitizer, start, like, typing on other people's keyboards. I'd just be happy to be there, just to meet people. Is the K-Pat Witches. Is the KBD 67 Lite R2 a good starter? I've heard some good things about it, actually. And I think that keyboard has like a little blocker that separates the arrow keys, which I actually kind of like. I actually kind of like that. Sauce, use some artisans and stuff. Keck. I mean, I have the only thing that's like my artisan isn't really even an artisan. It's just my logo. Just my logo on a metal keycap. This is another story. This is a Gion Works metal keycap, and he put the logo on there for me and he sent it over. This is also when Gion Works was pretty new to the community, about 300-400 followers on IG at the time. And yeah, and I was like brand new. I don't even think I had like 50 followers, and you know, I was like, once I get bigger, I'd love to ask you like to make if you can make one of these for me too. And he's just like, I'll make you one. So just like from the get-go, people like Hipyo, people like Gion Works were very supportive of me, and just like helpful and kind. It's been a blessing. It's been an absolute blessing. Dang Dynasty, I don't have my end game yet either. I wanted a frog, man, but Jesus, those are hard to get. I don't know if a Plume 65 counts. Let's check it out. Plume 65. It looked nice. I mean, if it's good enough for Alex Sotos to review, it's got to be pretty good, right? It looks nice. I don't know if it's better than what I have. That's for damn sure. Resale for the board on Mech Market is about 3K US. Well, that answers your question. It's obviously a very good keyboard. Damn, Gion Poppy giving the spicy sauce. Yeah, man, since the beginning. Super nice guy. Zyper Zyger. Hopefully, I honestly would get that. Yeah, you know what? A surprising number of people have asked me about this artisan metal keycap. And he actually, Gion just released through Swag Keys in Korea. He just released our like an updated version of the keycap, like so that it fits better. The corners are rounded, so it doesn't like scratch any, like interfere with like other keycaps around it. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to. I just haven't had the time to reach out to him. Key switches. What was your first keyboard? Only started recently. I only have a GK61 with GAT yellows. I have a GK60. What's the one with the arrow keys? 64. And I've GAT yellows that are for it too. 65. Yeah, it's a solid keyboard. I have to mod it. I made a video about it, but I haven't modded it yet. But it's top mount. Well, I heard some good things about some keyboards actually apparently sound better top mount. Like I heard the Mode 65. Like Anthony Nguyen, he was saying like the top mount actually sounds better than the stack mount. Don't be like me buying 10. I mean, it is what it is, right? Okay, we need to pick some switches because these are obviously not going back in. Do you have any gasket mount boards? Well, the GMMK Pro is supposed to be gasket mount, but we all know, we've all heard about how stiff this board sounds, so apparently there's a few things that you can do. I've seen some videos too about people modding, even like sawing flex cuts into the plate to make it more flexible. It's really interesting. But yeah, other than the GMMK Pro, which doesn't do the greatest job stock as a gasket mounted keyboard, this is the only one I have. I'm still pretty new to this community. A lot of the money that I spent that could have been spent on like getting new keycap sets and keyboards, like I spent on getting this new camera, like a good lens, new desk, lighting. Like a lot of money has been put into even just getting to the starting point to like be able to stream with decent quality. So hopefully once all of this foundation, now that all this foundation is built up, I'll be able to like start participating a little bit more in like group buys and stuff like that. Dang Dynasty. Taco, did you see the new cards we just revealed? Cards? No, but please do elaborate. Marohe? Maroje? What switches are you putting in the Tofu 65? I don't know yet. Oh no. Oh no, dang Dynasty, you're timed out. Nokibo, I'm back. How's the stream? It's going well. Thanks Frank for removing that. Yeah, can you like edit the link thing? Can you like allow the links to go through? The stream's going good though, Nokibo. I was able to fix the PCB just by flashing it using QMK. Now I'm just trying to like put the switches back into this damn thing. Except I put it on backwards, so I had to take the switches out again. Oh no, where's the fourth washer? Where'd the fourth washer go? Son of a... Damn it. It's somewhere. I know it's somewhere around here. Just gonna put it in here. Oh, it's not a... You gotta be kidding. Where is it? Shit. I'll find it. I'll find it. Oh, Milky Way X Marodi caps. Hold on. Let me show this on stream here. Yes, I did see these cards on Instagram, I think. So is this like a card that goes with the cap? Is it like an ID card, but for the... That's so cool. Who drew this? They're so nice. Yeah, I swear to God, this freaking one washer just teleported. Like, they really don't want me to fix this keyboard. Yo, Geralt. Sheesh, it's Geralt. How's it going, man? Thanks for joining. Z1V8, this is quality and amazing for first official stream. Thank you. Like, the most important thing is to just start, right? Regardless of like what setup you have, and you just slowly upgrade over time. But I'm such a damn perfectionist that like I delayed streaming all this time just so it would look good from the get-go. Whether it's a good decision or not is, at least I'm starting now, right? But yeah, thanks. I appreciate the compliments. Nokibo, very nice. Honestly, stream quality is primo, but the voice mic is pretty bomb. Yeah, I know a lot of people have the Rode, this like really expensive Rode mic, but I ended up just getting the AT2035, I think. Yeah, AT2035. Now, the AT2020 is a really popular like XLR mic too, but I heard the AT2035 is actually really, really good. For like the little extra that you pay, it's worth all of the upgrades that you get and the better sound quality that you get from it. So yeah, I just like I'm all for paying a little extra if it means you get a better quality product. So Geralt, back to bed. It's 5:26 a.m. Yo, thanks for dropping in, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for dropping in. Holo cards that come with the base kit. Wait, holo, like holographic? Are these going to be all shiny and stuff? One of our makers drew it. Yeah, check out Geralt. He's hilarious. Key switches. When did you start editing and streaming? I wanted to send you a link of mine to see what you think of my editing, but it got removed. You can just DM me on Discord. Join my Discord, find me, send me a Discord message, and I'll check it out. I started streaming and editing. Well, I started my journey in August, and I think I started my very first YouTube video was, God, it seems like so long ago now. 10 months ago, when this is the perfect example of like, just do it. Don't be such a perfectionist. This video right here helped get this monkey off my back, which is basically like, put yourself out there. Even if the quality of the video is crap, just put something out there. And so it was the John Works keycap. The lighting was poor, like the ISO lighting kept changing, you know. September 11th. Oh, not the greatest day to post a video, your first video. But yeah, stole my friend's Rama M10. This is the same friend's Rama macro pad that I stole, and that's the same friend that designed the Takoyakeys logo. Good friend of mine. Yeah, I just put it out there, and then my next video was the Holy Panda lubing video. Took like an entire month to put together. But yeah, so hopefully that answers your question. Probably went on a bit of a tangent there. Better late than never. Yeah, exactly. I say that all the time. Slept from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now I'm lubing 100 plus switches. Yep. Is it me or the face cam is delayed from audio? Yeah, you know what? I heard that is a bit of an issue, but you have to adjust that in OBS. I will take note of that. Let me just write it down somewhere. You guys still use sticky notes? I don't know. Just something about like writing stuff down physically. It just helps me like remember things better. Video and audio out of sync. Fix it. Scrub. Fix it, scrub. Just like motivate myself by insulting myself. Holographic, like Pokemon holographic cards. That's amazing. Sorry I have to leave. I'll be back though. Key switches. Yeah, thanks for dropping by. Dude, later on, if you wanna, we could make a Takoyakeys holo card. Dang Dynasty. Bro, that would be amazing. Let me know how we can make that work. Yeah, something about sticky notes, man. Love it. Reminders. I've tried using reminders on my phone. I just forgot about them. I don't know. It just doesn't work for me for some reason. I like to keep my desk not cluttered with paper and other things. I 100% agree with you. Sometimes I write so many things down that just like I literally have tons of sticky notes just like off to the side. Anyways, all right, let's pick switches. They're probably gonna be unlubed though. Just keep that in mind. I actually think I bought a bunch of boba U4Ts that I really love bobas. So let's check for it. Just give me a second. Found him. By the way, I remember I keep it pinned as a module on my home screen. Like sticky notes. I used to use sticky notes a lot, but then like sticky notes crashes sometimes and then they don't show up and it just defeated the entire purpose. I don't know. Sometimes I put the sticky notes like literally underneath my monitor. That helps. It looks like crap, but if it's important reminder, like it's better to, you know, have it there, right? So you don't miss it. Room tour, maybe later. It's kind of hard to like move my camera and stuff around, so. You thought it was a fire extinguisher? What was a fire extinguisher? Christoph. Oh, Squirrel and Squeegee Nikki. Thanks for the follows. Glad to see you streaming. One of my key inspirations to start my own stuff. Well, I'm glad I could inspire anybody to do anything. So that means a lot to me. Okay, so we have, I don't know why I grabbed these Hyperglide Browns. My bottle? Oh, yes. I drink out of a fire extinguisher. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, so my girlfriend really likes her MX Browns on her keyboard. She has a Durgod Taurus TKL keyboard. And yeah, I figured she really likes those switches. Why offer her any other switches? Like she's tried a bunch of other stuff that I tried and she just likes the snappiness, the responsiveness, the light tactility of the Browns. So I just said, okay, well, there's higher quality Brown switches out there called the Hyperglides. So I bought these off Swag Keys. They're just sitting here. Sitting here waiting for the day to be used. But from Ashkeebs, here are my U4Ts. So yeah, we'll put these in. For those of you who don't know, these are awesome because if you really don't like lubing your own switches, you don't really need to. You don't really need to with these. Drinking out of fire extinguisher because taco is hot fire. I mean, literally, takoyaki is fried octopus. So makes sense. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know that for sure the springs are lubed, so you don't hear the spring ping, but I think the legs are kind of lubed too, right? Some of you guys might know this. But yeah, they're like great stock. So let's use these. I actually think I like the U4Ts a little bit more than the Holy Pandas. Not gonna lie. Okay. Oh, you know what it is, guys? I figured it out. I figured out why I messed it up. Look, some of these are backwards, and then a bunch of these are north facing. So, well, yeah, south facing LEDs, but see the north facing LEDs here. I must have aligned it with like one of these, and then I assumed the rest of them were like that. So it's still my fault. I still I still admit I messed that up big time. The problem with this one is I'm gonna have to make sure that it's gonna take a little bit more time because I have to make sure the pins are not bent. Okay, so this one's like this. Let's just sprinkle them on the desk here. And I don't know why. I just like the look of them. They just look clean. I don't know. And I like the fact that there's an opening up here for the LED to like shine through. A lot of switches they don't do that. And it's a shame. Like even if the housing isn't transparent, like I think you should still have a cutout that allows the LEDs on the PCB to shine through. They sounded pretty nice just now. Yeah, they sound pretty good. I mean, the lubed and filmed pandas also sound pretty solid. But like considering these are unlubed, that's pretty damn good. Do you think that's a sin? Dang Dynasty, do you think it's a sin that I like typing on 35 grand springs? It's not a sin at all. It's I just can't do it. Like I was lubing my friend's GAT Reds for his drop control, and I couldn't type on it properly. I just mistyped all the time because like even my preference of the way that I place my hands on the keyboard when I'm resting it, I just like rest it like this. Sometimes I don't know why, I just like doing that. And if the springs are too weak, so like 35, 45, even 50 gram, I just like press it because the weight of my arm, my hand, my fingers, whatever, just like presses it. So it doesn't work for me. If you like the lighter spring, then like that's totally fine. I just can't do it, man. I can't do it. All right, let's try getting these in quick. It looks like the ash keeps pulling through. It looks like these pins are pretty good. Looks like they don't store it like poorly. Yeah, Nokibo, man. I won't make that mistake again, that's for sure. It's a good thing about making mistakes, right? Is like you have an opportunity to not let that happen ever again. And if it happens again, it's on you, right? Who knew plastic sounds so good, right? That's the amazing thing about this community is that like we're so nerdy. Like, is it palm housing? Is it, you know, is it nylon? It's like most people be like, who the fuck cares? But we're like, no, it matters. It matters. It's life or death. Oops. Oh. Probably is because the amount of typos I would get from that. Yeah, I just get typos all the time. Bro, autocorrect is killing me. That's fine. I generally understand what you're saying. I have 2 sets of U4T lubed and non-lubed. What do you think they're worth the time and effort? Like, I'm actually pretty satisfied without modding my U4Ts, like just them coming stock. I think it's great. It's a great entry level enthusiast switch. Like, they're not cheap by any means, but if they want customization to the extent that like they understand that lubing switches is a very important component to making your keyboard sound good, get lube switches. And you know, Ash Keeps and other providers here like Omega Keys, I believe Keybros, local vendors, they actually provide switch lubing services. So like if you really don't want to, you can get somebody to do it for you. You just have to pay extra money, right? But if you only plan on having like one keyboard, so like buying brushes and Crytox and all this stuff doesn't make sense to you, switch opener, it doesn't make sense for you to invest in those things, then yeah, pay that money. Use that money that you would have otherwise had to spend on buying these components and these accessories and the tools, and just pay somebody to lube the switches and stuff for you. So who knew there was a hobby for keyboards? Did you know there's also a hobby for plastic outdoor chairs? No, but why am I not surprised? That's awesome. And I bet you that hobby also expanded as other DIY stuff expanded because of the lockdowns. Oh, there's a bent one, but that's okay. I can fix that. Let's get my tweezers out. Oh, my straight tweezers are not there. It's fine. Yeah, if I just minus DKP. Yeah, if I just want a lower pitched U4T, I just have to use the lube version. I like lower pitch personally, so I guess that it would make sense for me to lube them too. George from Keybros is such bae. Yeah, super nice guy. He like bought the Matsuzuka desk mat, and he supported my round 1 Takoyakeys design desk mats too. Great guy. Is that a polycarbonate plate? Welcome back, Key Switches. Done cooking. What'd you make? Is that a polycarbonate plate? Yes. Alejandro S2K. Dude, this hobby has gotten me for 2 years now, and I have like 5 keyboards I ordered in the last 2 months. Yeah, isn't it wonderful? On your wallet. Look up Brian Ropar on YouTube and be amazed. I'll just Google him just to make sure I don't forget. I'll check it out after the stream. Plastic chairs and washing machines. DIY washing machines? Do you like lube washing machine like gears so that they run more efficiently? Is that what's going on here? Noki, go lurky for a bit, stay comfy. Thanks. Yeah, and I don't know if you were here when I mentioned it, but I'm actually key switches. I'm going to get an FR plate, which I heard produces an even lower pitch than polycarb. So I'm really excited to get that from Bolsa Supply. Hopefully I get it in like the next week or something. Oh, bent pin, but all good. I really thought poly was the lowest. Well, it was the lowest up until FR4 came out. Now FR4 is like used all over the place. And it was really cheap too. I think it was like $15 or $10 or something from Bolsa. So I guess it's a really cheap material to produce and cut out and stuff. And if it achieves the kind of pitch that I personally like in a keyboard, which is like a lower thock, less high pitched sounds, then great, you know. If I preferred the pitch that brass made, like I would be so poor buying brass option for all these keyboards, you know, like the GMMK Pro and like Mode. I didn't participate in the Mode, but yeah, it just adds so much cost, you know. Gone to the point where I ordered 2 tubs of Hyperglide blacks and each tub is 800 switches. What? Why do you need 800 switches for? Or like, did you determine like your Hyperglide blacks for life and I'm gonna have that on all my keys, and so that's why you just did that? What am I building? Panda1346, thanks for the follow. Einhaufen Pizza. I'm building a Tofu 65. My PCB crapped out, and I managed to salvage it by flashing the PCB using QMK. So now I'm just putting switches and everything back. They used to have filmed Holy Pandas with Tribosis 3204 lube. But because I messed up the switch orientation when I tried to lay it on top of the PCB, I had to take all of the switches back out. And I'm like, let's just put new switches on it. So now I'm putting Boba U4Ts on. Making sure the pins are straight. Minus DKP. I think it was Hype Keyboards that has custom FR4 plates. They sell out fast on things though. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky that I mean, so many keyboards have come out since like when Tofu was like known as one of the best entry-level mechs to get. So I think the demand for them and the components for them have decreased a little bit, which is good for me. I still love my Tofu, but my lord, dealing with this PCB issue, this is the second time now. And in Japan they say, there's a saying, what happens twice happens 3 times. So I'm expecting it to happen again. You should put the switches in the plate with the PCB, not the switch in the plate alone, then put them in the PCB. I don't know, some people suggested I put in the plate first. But yeah, I get where you're coming from though. Lower chance of bending the pins. Alejandro S2K, I built a machine that breaks them in for me 50k actuations and I'm just running experiments on them. Jesus, dude, do you have like a factory or something? Are you gonna... You could probably have a business. Is that what you're doing, man? Are you selling broken in Hyperglide blacks to the community at a higher price point? I'm sure there was a demand for that. I'm sure there's a demand for like NK creams breaking into. Fifi Mess, thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well. I'm a curious man. I know what you're up to, Alejandro. Fifi Mess, hey, I just saw your channel on Hipyo's Instagram. Guess I have a new Keep Creator follow. Humu humu. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoy your stay. Key switches. Thanks for the follow. You hadn't been following me this whole time? I'm just kidding. It's fine. All right. Moment of truth. It's all good, key switches. I'm just messing with you. This is... Okay. All right. Excuse the weird sounds that I'm making. This is like nerve-wracking. Some of them are going in. I think some of them are not perfectly straight though. Alejandro's 2K, given I got each switch for 25 cents, it's not a bad idea, but I want to see the test results for mechanically broken in smoothness, without lube, with lube, different films, different speed. Yeah. Einhaufen pizza. Assuming you're German. Thanks for the follow. Key switches. Are you using stock, stabs, or Durox screw-in? I'm using Durox screw-in. V1s. I'm like trying to check to see if they're all straight. Okay, if this doesn't work, what do we gotta do, guys? Are we gonna take out all the frickin' switches and then do what key switches recommended? Like, that's what got me thinking about that initial suggestion. I forget who made the initial suggestion that I should just put them all in at once. But it's like, what do you do? What do you do if it doesn't work right away? Do you like press it in? But then you get the likelihood of bent pins, right? That's not good. At least I got a bunch of extra Boba U4Ts to... There's only one bent switch that I could not fix, and that was on a Boba U4T. It like accordion pancake squished down directly. I couldn't straighten it even with like these really sharp, precise tweezers. The stress of putting switches in like this. Wall Fifi Mess. This is the first time I'm doing this. I'm just doing it because it was recommended, and yeah, it's kind of stressful. Poly plates flex if you press down on them, so I know that's not a good idea to do my idea. Press the middle switches first in, then the outer ones. That's the thing. I don't know if they're going in, because usually you know they go in because they snap in, right? How do you know? I guess you can tell if like the pins on the outside are coming through. Let's put one of these from the outside in, see how it looks. See how it should look when it's pressed in. Okay. Yeah, so that's these should be coming out of the hole like this. So if it looks like that, that means it hasn't come through. Okay, got it. Anxiety inducing nonetheless. It's actually kind of easy to see it if you look at it from the side. I'm actually doing the opposite of what you're recommending, Einhaufen, because I'm a rebel. Okay. Middle ones are like so hard to tell if it's like bouncing back up some of them. So clearly they're not working for all of them. It's not working for all of them. I think I understand why you said do the middle first now. I just realized you can probably see the top of my head. Okay. I think it's good so far. I don't know if this is faster though. Zyger, I'll be leaving right now. I'll be back. Sounds good. Is that the GMK laser? I'm not good with GMK names. This is the GMK. It's by the same designer, Mito or Mito. It is the Mitolet. Try out the switches one by one. Alejandro, I had the same issue with my Gothic 70. What I did was I held up the plate with a thumb and pressed the switch in one by one, making sure the plate didn't go down. Einhaufen. That's what I did when I switching to polyplate. But I put the switches in the PCB and the plate at the same time. That was pain. Yeah, like I think with if you have a like a soldered PCB, I think the pins would go in easier, obviously, because the gap is larger. But I think with hot swap, like this is kind of sketchy, risky. This kind of works though, like just pressing the switch and then like seeing if it comes to the other side. It's a little weird. I can't really like hold it in a good spot, but I can at least see that when the pins come through. Oh, Herm AU21. Thanks for the follow. Setsukai or Setukai. Thanks for the follow. Paul Kadots. Thank you for the follows. If you're decent at soldering, yeah. I don't know how to do that, but this is something I would love to stream again. Is learn how to solder. I bought a TS80P. If the freaking camera would. I bought a TS80P, so I will be soldering in the future. And I got the Hakko soldering gun too. So oh, my hands are getting all sweaty. I'm just like so nervous I don't want to break anything. Okay, I think we're almost through here. And then I gotta put in the switches that didn't fit properly into the plate. Yep. Oh, sorry. Impa Universe, what's up, man? How's it going? This is my guy. He designed this sushi switchy desk mat, which did very well. Maybe there's going to be a round 2. And then he designed this Matsuzuka desk mat. As I said before, I always try to correct the record when people say that I designed it. I did not design it. I'm not that talented. I'm not that great with design. This was all done by my friend Input Universe. So yeah, check him out on Instagram. He's designing desk mats left and right for people, and all of them are great. Key switches, you thought it was hot swap? That explains it. If it's soldered, you can check a lot more easily. Yeah. Fifi Mess, damn, that's a nice soldering iron. I built my first key with a €15 one. Maybe try to solder on some throwaway PCBs or perf boards. Yeah, I plan to actually... I have like an Akko 3068 or something like that. It's it's another one of my first mech keyboards. I tried to like lube the stabs and stuff, but they wouldn't come out unless I desoldered everything. So I might use that as a good practice board. Just woke up, finally got to see you stream. Well, get some breakfast, man. I'm gonna be here a little while. Key switches, I love how your logo is lubing the switches instead of cooking. Yeah, man. All those like little details, like a lot went into making these, you know. And even like the different designs, it's not just like a recolor. It's like the Eclipse desk mat, you see an eclipse, you know, in the sky. The Matsuri desk mat that you see here is fireworks. Matsuri means oh my god, brain fart. Party? Not party. Festival. Jeez. In Japanese. So yeah, it's a lot of little details went into it. The you see the sewer hole cover, the manhole cover. It has this like Mount Fuji symbol on it. Japan, like they actually, it's like an art. There's like a whole community of people that design this kind of stuff, and they're like really pretty, really beautifully designed. So lots of elements that are actually Japanese in here. Einhaufen, 1 a.m. seems like a good time to sleep. Stream was fun. Well, thanks for joining. Thanks for engaging. Thanks for your suggestions and stuff like that. Get some rest. And thanks again. Desoldering is way harder than soldering. Fifi mess, yeah. That's why I got the desoldering gun. I've seen enough people talk about how much of a pain in the ass it is to use one of those solder suckers. And they're like, I don't know why I didn't get the desoldering gun. I don't know why I didn't get this. So I'm like, you know what? I think it was like $50 off on Amazon. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get it. It's a worthwhile investment. Yeah, I've been only streaming for 3 hours. Only. It's still a long time. It's already 4? Jesus. Okay, well, yeah, definitely once I put all these switches in and hopefully all of them work, and I put the keycaps back in and I'll do a little type test, and then I think we'll call it a day, guys. And then when the FR4 plate comes, I actually have PCB foam as well. I forgot where I bought it from, but I might install that too and see how it changes the sound signature of the board. So at a later date, we'll do all those modifications to this board. Okay. Whew. Is it Glars's gun? So finally, they are in. At least they look like they're in. True, just did that to the ROG X Gundam TKL yesterday. Oh, bro, did you post photos of it? That collab is so sick. Key switches. I live in Toronto, but I used to live in Calgary. You're in BC, right? Dude, I was born in Calgary. and I went to the University of Toronto. I got my undergraduate there. And yes, now I'm in Vancouver. Alejandro S2K, thank you so much for the follow. Just the story I posted, I'll send some pics over. Yeah, man, send it over. Which part of Calgary? Our family has moved so much in Calgary. I think we started off in like Whitehorn, and then now we live in my parents live in the Northwest. But yes, hello, fellow Canadian. Always nice to see a fellow Canadian here. I'm surprised, like how many like people from the community are Canada. Like Alex Sotos is Canada. I haven't got a chance to actually get to know him in person, but hopefully sometime in the future. And lots of key vendors. Like, I keep mentioning Ash Keybs, Desk Hero, Apex Keyboards, Alpha Keys. I know I'm missing one. He hasn't been very active, though. I used to live in the Southwest. Yeah. I think, yeah, we lived in the Southwest at some point. Okay, now let's take a look and see if the keys work. Okay, things light up. That's good. Uh-oh. USB device not recognized. Guys. Is this happening right now? This is exactly what happened the first time. It said it's not recognized. You have to calibrate it. Okay. Yeah, but even when it was like I had the JSON file uploaded and everything. At least that's what happens for Mac. That's what I'm on. Well, the good thing is the LEDs light up. Unfortunately, the keys aren't working. Fifi mess, my people need me. I must go. Thank you for joining. And have the great rest of your day, wherever you are. Okay. Do I need to load QMK again? Is that what needs to happen? Try another cable. Yeah, I guess I could try this cable here. It's connected to the GMMK Pro. But this cable's like fine. Like this is the cable that was connected to the GMMK initially. But oh, it's working, guys. It's working. Okay, let's do switch tester. I can still memorize. I know where the keys are. This is why I can't do this is why I can't do like those dot or like what do you call it? Keycaps, because I there's no way I can memorize like where the keys are. Switch tester, key press tester. This is so scuffed. Hold on. Key. Press tester. There you go. Okay. So, moment of truth, guys. Oh, it's working. Thank goodness. Oh man, that's such a relief. Okay. So, I still can't find where that stupid fourth washer went. No clue where it went. No clue. So, man. There's got to be more somewhere. There's got to be more washers somewhere. Okay. Yes there is. I got these Everglide Everglide stabs from Swag Keys. I'll just steal some from them. Just steal one. It's the same size, right? Yeah. It's a bit smaller, but it's the same, pretty much the same size. Okay. Be interesting to see what these Everglides are like, because I heard they're actually comparable to Duroc, but they're way cheaper, especially cheaper versus like C3. And since I was already ordering like switches and stuff from them, I figured I'd add some things to the cart, support another small business halfway around the world. All right. Maybe restart your PC. Yeah. Glad I didn't have to do that. Wait, are the cards we saw earlier for KHDD? No, I don't think so. I think they're just cards that are like sold as a part of like a keycap, artisan keycap sale. I DM'd you the video. I just found out your profile. That's so thoughtful. Yeah. I know what it's like to run a business. Like, my family is like a line of entrepreneurs. No, not really. My family is, my dad and my mom are entrepreneurs that owned several businesses, and I know how hard it is to run businesses, and I have a business myself, my own website. So I know how hard it is. So like, I try to support people where I can. All right, guys, let's put this back in. Okay. One thing you should look out for when screwing the in the standoffs on the tofu is that if you... Oh, I should switch the view. If you like screw in the standoffs too much, it'll like go below this cutout and you won't be able to plug in your cable. So just keep that in mind. Oh, wait a second. How am I going to put in the washers? The only way I could put in the washers is if I put the PCB into the case and then screwed in the frickin' thing and then put the switches in. Jesus. This is hilarious. I love this. I love this. But you know what? Can we do some finessing? Can we? Maybe finessing is possible. Bro, you're messed up today. Well, I'm always messed up, man. Aren't we all messed up all the time? Yeah, like the washers don't fit in these little holes here. So the only way I can make it work is if I put it in from the side and then like move its way into the middle. Yeah, that's too much work. I guess we aren't doing that. It'll take too long, and I've already been streaming for like 3.5 hours. I'm actually kind of getting tired, so my voice is so like gone. Yeah, you know what? I'm sure I'll figure it out. It was just like an experiment anyways. We don't know for sure that the screw contact with this like metal piece on the PCB is actually causing this issue. And if it was causing that issue anyways, then I think the PCB would like have issues all the time, you know. Oh my god. That's the problem with not having magnetic ends. Hold on. Oh my god, it's so hot. It's getting so hot. I don't want no screws flying around everywhere inside of here, so let's see. Perfect. What the hell? These aren't magnetized either? What is going on? What is going on right now? Oh my god. Just so much random, terrible things happening. Rubik's plays 129. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. This is really starting to piss me off. Okay, I got another solution. What we're gonna do is we're just going to put the case like this, and then I'm going to put the screws in from the side, so it's a little more consistent. It's less likely to just fall out. I think. I hope. Okay, it worked. It worked for one. Okay, that's one. Number two. Okay. I think it's a sin for not to have non-magnetized driver bits and ends. It should be illegal. See. Okay. I don't know why, but my spacebar makes like a little spring sound every time I press it. Yeah. If it's making a little spring sound, then the switch spring is probably not lubed. Lubing the leaf and the leg of that switch will definitely help, but most of the sound I think comes from that spring. All right, I think the PCB connects. Just make sure it connects here. Did I follow my own advice? Yes. All right. How is there ping in the space bar if it's a membrane? That is weird. All right, let's quickly put these keycaps back on here. See, this is what it was for, guys. The put spacebar last. This is GMK Mitolet by the same artist that did the lasers. See, this is why you arrange the keycaps like this, so that putting it back on is super easy and super fast. I'm not good with GMK names. It's all good. You don't need to be. Just remember the ones you like. I certainly don't know all of them. Pulse and Oblivion? Yeah, Pulse is great. Mitolet, this one, and then GMK Pulse were definitely two of the keycap sets that I was like, I gotta have these. At the time that I joined the community, these were out of stock, and so were the GMK Pulse keycap set. So I made a bit of a compromise and got the SA Pulse. And that's where I found out I'm not the biggest fan of SA Profile. Although they sound really nice and thocky, I just can't type on it. Not only can I not type on it because of the weird like profile height, but also because my fingers are not the driest, so it collects finger grease like crazy too, and it just feels gross. I've tried putting it on several different keyboards, but the TKL version of that keycap set doesn't have a shift key, optional shift key that fits like smaller profile keyboards, and so I can never find a keyboard that actually it fits on. I've tried it on like 2 or 3 different ones, and every single time I get to the shift key, I'm like, damn it. I have money, but my parents don't let me spend them. Maybe that's a good thing. Spend it on something that you need, you know? I don't have any GMK sets. That sucks. I think it would be worth having like one. And if you're gonna have one, then the drop white on black keycap set's probably a really good, pretty good one. Essays, Input Universe, essay is tiring to type on, but it sounds good. Yeah, I agree. Hey, finished bill. I'm 13, so they told me to save up for college tuitions. Yeah, you know what? I agree. I agree with that. I think, a little bit of money, some allowance might be in order, but there's nothing wrong with investing for your future. Do what Nathan said. Would you rather have me spend my money on keyboards or on drugs? That's funny. Okay, keep in mind, guys, that the spacebar is not... It's okay, there's a bit of ticking. It's not perfect. So that will be fixed in a future build, okay? So keep that in mind when we do like a type test here. Mic is too far away. Yeah, I know. I'll bring it closer to the keyboard. I'll like pause the music. Take this out. Bring up monkey type. Action Pla 40. Thank you for the follow. You want the bread wrist rest? Okay. Sick wrist rest. Thanks. This is from Artisan Labs. Some of the color faded. That's kind of what happens with like resin when sunlight like touches it and stuff like that. But I really like it still. Hello from Sweden. Hello. Here's the bread wrist rest that you all like. It looks so real. Isn't that crazy? It's like super squishy. It's not like super dense like memory foam. I actually don't like memory foam. I think it's just like a random foam. But it still retains its shape and stuff like that. All right. Let me just bring the mic closer to the keyboard here. Excuse the sound. Sorry, I should have muted. All right. Can you guys hear this? Does that sound okay? Okay. All right. My accuracy left the chat. All right, here we go. No. I set a new record. Oh shit. Sorry guys. I'll do another one. I set a new record. I actually have a really hard time breaking 100. I'll do another one so you guys see the words and stuff. Do 10 words. Food theme setup, yeah. Eventually. I actually have PBT ramen ramen coming in. So that'll be really cool. I think I got a desk mat too. Do 10 words so you can get fast word per minute. Gotta go get ready for my stream. Yo, Frank, thank you so much. Thank you. I gotta rest for a bit, maybe eat, and then if you're still online, I will definitely join and watch your stream. So thank you. All right, guys, let's do one more type test, and then I'm gonna call it. It's a 3 hours 36-minute stream. Not bad for the first official. What is this sticking out here? Okay, you guys ready? Now I'm gonna butcher it. I'm gonna get like 80 words. I butchered right away. Now I'm thinking too hard. Later, Frank. Everyone, make sure you join in on his stream. Maybe. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll raid. Maybe I can raid him. If I know how to raid. This is where he chokes. No. Whoa, what the? That was awful. Anyways, let's do the mod. Let's look at the mods here. I'm so scared every time I unplug this keyboard. I feel like when I plug it in, it's just gonna die on me again. I'm so scared now. Yeah, there's some tick there. Ugh, I don't like that. We'll fix it. We'll fix it later. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Keep in mind, guys, this is a... Keep in mind, guys, this is a unlubed switches. Like, the springs are lubed. Maybe, like, the legs are lubed. But... all things considered, stock Boba U4Ts, I don't know if you can beat them. And I got used to the spring weight of it pretty easily. I think there's 62 gram and 68 gram. I got the 68 gram simply because the 62s were sold out. But I'm pretty happy with them. And actually, when I went back to the Holy Pandas, the Holy Pandas felt light. So, yeah. You re-lube your spacebar every day? That's commitment, my friend. Oh, I gotta learn how to do a raid. Because I want to raid Frank. How do we do this? It's the least I can do for all the stuff he's, /raid user. Okay. Is that easy? Although he's not online yet. I think he's prepping. Um, I wonder when Frank's gonna be online. Hold on. I'm just gonna adjust my mic. I'm just gonna mute because I don't want you guys to hear this. My bad. I wasn't in the I wasn't in OBS when I pressed the macro key for mute. That's my bad. I'm sorry. That must have been really aggravating sound. Anubis Prime Lives, nice wrist rest. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna plug it in. Okay, it works. Okay, we're good, guys. We're good. Now I'm never going to unplug this ever again. Perma plugged. Yeah, Anubis Prime. I saw this on Tiny Makes Things. You know Tiny? On her stream. And then she's like, yeah, it's on Amazon. So I just got it. What about the GMMK Pro though? Yeah, that's weird. I did try connecting the GMMK Pro with this cable. And then it like didn't light up. You guys saw that before, right? I don't know what the hell's going on. The cables are... There's nothing wrong with the cables. Tiny has a board with only artisan caps. Yeah, man. She's so talented. Again, another person I'm... Like, anybody that, like, makes their own products, makes their own content, has their own business, like, I respect them so much. It's not easy. It is such a risky thing to do. It is a scary thing to do. But it's a gamble, right? Well, it's a gamble in that like you prepare yourself as much as possible, but you'll almost never know, if something's going to work out with business. Oh, Frank's up. All right, Frank. Okay, what's the command? Raid/raid and then his username. Do I need to put like @ or whatever? No? Okay. /raid Inamushki. Low your case, the build. This is a Tofu 65 polycarbonate plate. There you go. Boba U4Ts unlubed. Duroc V1 stabs. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I had a lot of fun. I never expected this kind of turnout, to be rated by people like Hipyo and Jae Prototypist, very well-known people in the community. It means a lot to me. Had a lot of fun. I'm glad we were able to fix this damn keyboard, like there was a lot of scuff moments, but glad we're able to figure it out. Yeah, I did get rated by Hipyo within like the first like 15 minutes that I started. At one point I had like 120 people watching. It just blew my mind. I would have been happy with like 10 people, 15 people, So yeah, I really appreciate it, guys. I feel really blessed. Yeah, another funny moment. I'm like, yeah, I'll do a face reveal at 100 followers. Dude, you already have 100 followers. You have 112. I'm like, what the? I'm like, okay, I guess I have to do it now. So, it was good times, guys. So, thank you for joining. Let's go raid this guy. Oh, it's already doing countdown. All right. I'll just let the countdown do it. See you guys later.